So yeah, that's what I was looking at, that the market should come back up there and then start selling. So from this that I've drawn here, all we're saying is the market is breaking highs whilst it's going up until it forms a new high, and then it comes back down, breaks that confirmed low, and that means we now start to look for sales because the market has changed direction. It has confirmed that the direction has changed. And we are on the 4 hour time frame. This makes life even much easier because whatever move or sell setup we're going to get, even if the market will reverse and then buy at some point, we know this will be long term. All right. So that's what we're looking at. But here, what I was gonna take was the buy. I was probably gonna take the buy up to that zone. Um, Not to wait for the sell, but you can do it in either ways. You can decide to wait for the sell or to wait for the sell until it gets here, or you can take your buy from here and then go with it all the way up. Now, you can already see how the market has been moving from the daily time frame, and this is the significance of how it's reacting into that area there. So, which is an indication that there's a probability the market might be preparing a long-term sell. So you can see how the market has been going down for a long time. This is on the weekly time frame, and we have been breaking lows on our way down. I'm just going to mark a few of them. We've been breaking lows on our way down. Oh, sorry. Anyways, and up until we probably marked a low there, which we did not break, but we just took money below it. So if you look at this, without counting any levels whatsoever, okay, with counting levels, you can tell this is an entire cycle, and this is probably a reset, and we might expect another cycle going down. But that means we'll have to look at the monthly time frame. But you can tell where we are coming from and how we're still maintaining a sell. So looking at current market price from 2021. So this is what we have been doing. We've been selling all throughout, going down, and all our sell setups were coming over there. So we were respecting highs but breaking lows on our way down. That's what we have been doing. So what we are looking into now is to then see how we are going to react from this range. So the range we are talking about is this one. So this is the range we are talking about, this one right here. That's the range we are working at. So, and remember I said wherever price has reacted before, there's a likelihood that it's going to react again. And especially it being a higher time frame, it makes a lot of sense. So you can see how price has reacted before here. That's not a coincidence, seeing a green candle among all the bearish. So among all the bearish candles, seeing a bullish candle like this is not a coincidence. It just shows you how the market is actually reacting to this, right? Now, if you look, if you take a closer look into the most current market price, which is this one, right? So I'm going to rub this through. You look at this one, you'll find that the dealer marked the high, marked the low, and then took out the high here. All right. The dealer took out the high and then closed below. So it means it took out everything that was up there and closed below. So if we put this just to measure where our 50% is, you can tell we have traded from the high all through to the 50% and we are pulling back, which for me, I feel or think this pullback here on this particular week is to gain momentum. So we have moved all the way up to there. So we want to gain momentum so we can then go lower. That's what I think we are doing. But then again, someone might come and say, what if the market is actually pressing forward for a higher move that is pushing higher than that? That can also be a possibility that the market might have done the 50% of that move and is only looking into pushing higher to higher prices, which are somewhere up there. The market is looking into going up there. So you've got two options, right? So what you do, you then look at the lower time frames. You want to see what the lower time frames are doing, because that's what will then also confirm to you where we are going. So we already know what the what W1 is doing. So this is D1, and D1 is not really showing much. It's just showing how price is pushing up there, because that's today. The buy that you're seeing on H1, that is this one. So I'm actually wanting to see what's going to happen when we get here into this high. I want to see if we're going to react and form the high of the week over here. If we form the high of the week, then that means it's good news for us. Then we can sell all the way up to the low. If we do not form the high of the week and continue to buy, which is break this high, all right, break this high and close candles above it, then that means we now look for a sell to buy. So we now look for a setup from a sell so we can buy. That's what we're looking at. So that's what I said. I'll probably leave it at, but I was expecting this buyer to come all the way up there so we can see what Tuesday and Wednesday will do. All right. Another one that I had marked was GP card. Unfortunately, this one moved right away. So I wanted to see this buy here and it just left start of Monday, which was not good. I had a couple of euro pairs, but these ones were just short-term trades where I had areas where I was expecting them to turn around, like this one right here. I was expecting it to react from there and start pushing down. Didn't push down enough. This one pushed down a little bit. But there's one which pushed down a little bit more. Oh yeah, it's Euro NZD. Euro NZD did push down a little bit more because it's a sell already. You can tell right here. So I did analyze this one, which is the opposite of Euro NZD, by the way. So I did analyze this one. Again, this one also comes off as some CRT as well. So you can see how they have formed this candle. I'm sure you all understand this better now. So we've got a high, a low, high taken out. Pair candles started trading down. We did trade this move, but on the euro odd pair, not the euro NZD. So after this has happened, now we've already gone beyond 50%. We've pulled back on this candle and we've pushed down, but we still haven't taken the low of that candle. So that candle there, the current one, the current weekly candle, I still believe it will trade below that candle. So we're looking into trading maybe up to those lows right there. That's what I'm thinking. And then whatever comes next, we'll probably be looking into pushing further down, pushing further down to that area there. So like I always say, everywhere where price react, expect something to happen, especially when it's higher time frames. It even makes more proper sense. So I'm expecting price to sort of turn around. And I know some people will call this demand areas, resistance areas, whatever it is. It's up to you. But price will definitely come and react into this area. And on smaller time frames, that means a lot. If we do close below this line, if we do close below this line, this one in particular, then that means we would have signified that this is a sell. And that means the market will pull back a little bit and then it will shoot down. And that means it will be a sell for quite a bit. Now, if you look at it from the monthly time frame, it makes things even more interesting. So from the monthly time frame, you still do have that CRT model. So that means um, the market is pushing down. And like I said, it's more of a confirmation that if the weekly is going to push down, the monthly is also going to push down all the way up to the low. Because we've already done 50% here, I think. So we might go down. Now, you use these concepts on higher time frames only because you just want to find the easiest form of trades. Remember what I said to you, you need to sort of find um, the best trade that you understand the most. If it's a safety trade, you need to do safety trade. If it's a peak, it should be a peak. If it's a 90-50, that's it. If you prefer trading this morning star pattern, um, so be it. All right. So it kind of helps you, and especially if you become consistent into one type of trade. I remember someone last week on our chats, he said that, oh yeah, for me, I just look at any pair that has formed a morning star or evening star on the higher time frames, and then I focus on that trade. So this is one of the things of one of the setups that you probably be looking at to say, okay, I see this on the monthly, I see this on the weekly, so this is what I'm looking at. All right. And it also pays to, of course, if you do have trading view, to do look at maybe the 3 months, especially when the month is starting. Why am I saying that? I will show you USD CAD. I remember very well on USD CAD when I said USD CAD is forming a CRT model on the 3 months. You can go and search on our charts. I showed you this, and guess what? Price was sitting right up there by then, right up there. So you can see how price has moved all the way down, simply because of a simple morning or evening star pattern right there. The basic entry pattern that you learn, and the market has moved more than 50% of that. And we're even looking into it pulling back and seeing it push even further down. So that means this candle, there are two things it will do. Either it will set up the next move and close bearish and then have another candle finish off the cycle, or this one will do it itself. Set up the setup and then push further down, because we're already in 2 months now. This one started in 1 April, so it's gonna finish 1 April, 1 June. Yeah. So that's gonna be the last move in 1 June. So imagine seeing this on a higher time frame and then saying, okay, this is going to be my focus pay coming up, and I want to be looking for sales as we go, something like that. Even counting your levels becomes a little bit easier because you kind of know what you're expecting. So you can see here what they have done already, and you probably understand why they are pulling back because you have seen how they've broken that low there, and you want to see them coming back into the range. So they may give you a buy, right? Because you have seen how they have taken out um those lows. So they've taken out those lows and you're sort of expecting them to come back up, most probably maybe here, and then give you a good shot for a sell. All right. So those are generally the things that you'll be looking at from the higher time frame perspective. So you sort of know. Another thing that I will show you, right? Let's say you maybe see a maybe you saw a CRT, right? It's all a morning star or evening star pattern on a higher time frame. Then you traded this all the way up to a sell, right? This becomes easier if you're seeing it on W1 time frame. But let's talk, for instance, you didn't see it on W1 time frame, but instead you probably saw it on you didn't see it anyway. Maybe the W1 time frame is got has got a candle like something like this. This is last week. This is the new week. And you want to know whether this is a sell or a buy. Every time during the week, as the market is moving, you will figure out that when you drop to the D1 time frame, the D1 time frame will show you those morning or evening stars. Even if W1 won't have them, while the D1 candles are forming, you see them showing you. All it means is they probably moved further down to form the low of the week, consolidated this week, and then started pushing the right direction. So that move, right, will be Monday and most probably Tuesday. We're just assuming here, right? Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. So this move, sell, consolidate, mark the low of the week, and buy. If you go and look at it from D1 time frame, you'll see it will be a candle bearish. That consolidation will be signified by this, and then you'll see that. So you will definitely see it on the D1, and it will make life easier for you to know what to do then. If you go to maybe say pick any pair and then just look for D1 today and see, maybe let's say you didn't find anything. Oh, this is a good, nice pick on gold. It's a very nice pick on gold, right? So let's say you didn't see it yesterday. You can tell already. Look at that on USD ZAR. You can tell already that USD ZAR is most probably going to buy from this price. You can tell. Look at that. You are trying to find something that's easy that you can trade. So you can see, you already know that USDs it's starting the new candle, but there's a likelihood that it will buy. Whether it will buy 50% or it will buy 100% or whatever, but there's a likelihood it will buy. You can tell, nice W there. All that's waiting for you is to count your levels. Count your levels and then see if you arrive at a peak formation there. And if you do, all you need to do is take a buy. Take a buy all the way up. All right. So even if on the weekly, there's nothing like that, it doesn't show you anything. But on the D1 time frame, it is showing you something. And obviously price is right up there. So it does make sense for D1 to show you that, because that is where price rejected and pushed up, and that is where price is now. And we're expecting to see a bit of some rejection as well, and it's already showing signs of that. So that's what you are looking at. I don't know if there's any other pay. Okay, USD MXN. Look, it showed you that yesterday. USD MXN showed you that yesterday. That candle there that marked the high. This candle took out that high, and then all you could do was take a sell. You don't blindly take a trade, but I'm just trying to show you how um, simple it sort of becomes. But I'm not saying you just get in without analyzing. You definitely need to analyze and see where the market is going and all that, and be kind of sure. Look at that. NZD that was yesterday. And today, you most probably already know that whatever is going to come out here is a bullish candle right on that low there. And this is your candle. This one right here. I'm trying to show you the easiest setup, just using these morning and evening star patterns on D1 or W1. If you're looking for something to trade, you will find it. Look at that there. That's NZT Chief. That was yesterday too. Look at that there. That's NZT card. You will find something to trade if you're looking for it. So obviously when you see it, you then go to smaller time frames and start to look into analyzing that. So you can see how GPP NZD rejected there and push all the way down. Same thing again. Your low, your high taken out, and all of a sudden started from there and pushed all the way down. So this is the move that you could have taken. This one right here. All right. This is the move that you could have taken. This whole entire sell. Sell all the way up to there. All right. So you could have been holding this sell, and most probably they will break the law. So sorry about that. Um, so yeah, this is your level one. This is your peak formation. That's your level two. And this is all a consolidation. So for someone, I remember once asked about levels. So look at this. This is your first push. This one right here. Your first push into level two, closed there. The next move comes, closes fairly above. And then, but no, sorry, it didn't close above. It closed above this first level, but didn't close above that there. Let me draw it. Didn't close above that. So that means both of these are all the same level, right? What then happens? Following day, you see a market gap. So we opened lower, which is on the first level, went up, closed in the same area. Then the following day went all the way down and closed right there, almost where the first level closed. So it means all this right here formed a second level like 3 times and still ended up canceling it, right? So that means the market didn't move here. But then on this day, we did push and close up there. So that means Technically our level 2 is this one. All right. I'm trying to simplify it so that you all can see and understand what we're talking about, right? So the market moved like that, consolidated, and then moved like that, and consolidated, and then moved like that. All right. So you've got this here. I'm trying to show you something here. So you already have 3 levels, right? 3 levels, 3 nice levels there. So what does it mean? You do not have all this price action. The only price action you have is that you have moved 3 levels, right? So now you want to sell GPP NZD. So you know, okay, I've got 3 levels. Where exactly am I going to sell GPP NZD? If you look closer at this price action, there is no way here, right? You're looking at this move. You're looking at this range because you are expecting price to pull back in the range to give you a setup. Okay. So looking at this range, there is nowhere where price reacted except here, which is exactly where price is. So with common sense, I'm not expecting price to do that. All right. Oh, I'm not expecting price to react there and go down because that's where price is. So I'm expecting price to come back up, search for an area where it might react. Now that area is right there at the top where it what? It it started. You can call this demand, you can call it whatever you want, but I love to use them as areas where price gets rejected because sometimes there are cases whereby you do have a bullish candle here and maybe you have a low here. So that bullish candle or order block is the one that was responsible for breaking maybe the low at that particular point. So that means that one becomes your area where price is likely going to react from, if you get what I mean. Or let me try and explain that further. So you've got your move like this. So you form the high, you come down and you do something like that, right? So you have broken the low, okay? But we're saying the areas where price might come back to are these two. But for me, the one that I would love to trade from is this one, because that is what's responsible for taking out this low. This entire move failed to take out the low. It rejected before it even got there. Or most probably it was rejecting to this guy right here. Such a perfect drawing. So I'm expecting that price will come back here and then sell. That's what I'm looking at. All right. So I don't know if I can show you an example. Uh, right. Perfect example is right here. Perfect example. So here you are. You have, let me delete some of this. You have your market starting to buy. So you have your market push down, push up, push down, and then the market comes here and matches with the high. Do you realize that? Matches with the high. So it means this entire move failed to break that high. But what happens? The market pulls back down for momentum. Sorry about that. For momentum, and then it takes off. So in other words, the market pulled back for momentum so it can take out the high. So for future, I am looking for sells there, and sorry, for buys there, not on anywhere lower than that. So I'm looking for buys there. Now, where's my buy? Right there. I'm looking for buys from that area because this is the area that caused the market structure to be broken, not anything lower than that. So that is how I usually do it. So yeah, but if this wasn't there and the market just moved straight all the way up to there, then guaranteed I'll be looking for anything lower than that because the market might actually move lower than that to search for a retest. So in this case, this is where I'm expecting my market to come from because there's nothing else showing that the market reacted to it when it was on its way down right here. Because I'm looking for a setup on H1. Okay, if you're looking for a setup on M15, maybe that will be a different idea altogether. Unfortunately, in this case, it's still the same idea, but that's how I'll be looking at it. Now, you wanna okay, yeah, we will get to W1. We'll get to W1. So now I wanna sell this because I've seen 3 levels and I'm looking into a sell. So all I'm wishing for is for price to trade back into this area and then sell. All right. That's all I'm looking for. Now we move our price. You can see how we start to give bullish candles all through until we get to that point. And this is where you take your sell from, right? Stop loss above structure, and you target maybe the low. I usually bring it a little bit above on the high. Yeah, you can type your question on the chat page if you can. If you want to ask using audio, it's fine. You can interrupt me. I don't mind. So
Okay.
price then pushes down. All right. Now you can tell
Okay.
how you caught the second leg. But remember, not all of us are comfortable trading peaks. Okay. Not all of us are comfortable trading peaks. So this is how far this pair moved here. So this is how far this pair moved so far. So it would be close to hitting your TP. But like I said, we are not all comfortable trading peak formations. So what it means is that someone might be only willing to trade only maybe the ID50. But now as it looks, if we are going to break this low, right? Let's say, for instance, because we've seen the peak, let's say the market trades lower than this. Where do you think our setup is going to be? Number one, we've got that area. Number two, we've got this area. These are the two areas where we suspect price might come back to. And if I put moving averages, you will see how the 50 EMA, let me remove the 13. You'll see how the 50 EMA is already moving in that same area, indicating that there is a likelihood price might break the low, come back there, and then continue to go back down, looking for that low right there. You get the point. If this continues being a sell, like someone said, we should go to W1, which we will do in a moment. Right. Question, where you have your level 2, shouldn't that be part of level 1 consolidation? Right. I will repeat what I said. This is our level 1, all right? Rise. Remember, one level is equals to 1 day. So I cannot mark this as an entire consolidation for this reason, right? Oh, nah. Well, this is let's try and put a replay on this so it will make sense. So you have seen level 1 right here, and you're looking into trading this SPY going forward, right? So this is what the market does. You haven't seen the future, remember? All you can see is the now. So this becomes a level 2, all right? Because you haven't seen the future. We keep going. So we're expecting level 3 now, okay? Most probably this might be our level 3, who knows? But then what happens? Price closes right there on that high. So that tells us, maybe not. That's not our level 3. We still want to see a bit more push to the upside to form a peak. So now we've opened with a gap. So we still remain with our level 2. We can even still bangle it with this if we want. It's up to us because we haven't seen the future. We're treating this as what we see in the now. And then what happens next? Price closes right there. So that is signifying us that we're still closing lower than level 2. So all this entire thing is level 2. All right. We keep moving, expecting something. And what happens? For some reason, we have closed lower than level 1. You can see your level 1 right there where it actually ended right there. All right. And this is similarly where your price closed. All right. It may not be accurate or perfect, but that's where it closed. It simply means everything that has been happening here was just a consolidation for level 1. It was just a what? A consolidation. Okay. So we did not move because we went up, we reversed the level, went up, we reversed the level back to where everything started. If you look at this price action here,
Sorry, coach.
there and there, that's where we started and that's where we ended. So we did not move this entire.
Sorry, coach.
So that means
Coach.
what follows next is most probably our level 2, right? Which is this, because we have closed above. So what we want to see next is our level 3, right? Which is
Coach.
this one. Now, your question is this not an entire consolidation of level 1 and then this being level 2 and then expecting to see another entire buy into level 3? And I understand where your question is coming from. Now, we can have price move up, right? And then consolidate. But when we say it's consolidation for level 1, ideally what we want to see is price play close around the high of level one. It might not be accurate, as I say, but it should be somewhere around the high of level one. Then we can say, we didn't really move. And that price action should signify where price goes up and down the same day, most probably up and down the same day, something like that. That's when we'll say, oh yeah, that's a consolidation for level one. Then we see another clear move to the upside and most probably a last clear move. That is what we call a consolidation for H1 because whatever price action is happening there, it's around level one. And after that, we see a clear, significant push up. But if you look at this one, we had level one, we went to level two, and then we started doing that. All right. So we're not playing around level one here. We're playing around level two. Okay. Up until we did that. And then we did that. And then we did that. So that signifies us that we are in level two. We're not in level one. We're still forming level two. Remember what I always say, if price forms level one, goes into level two, comes back here, they will go back there and close there where they were on level two and then go for level three. If price goes into level one, consolidates, pushes for level two, and you see that this is our level two, and then they reverse the entire thing back into level one consolidation. Yes, you have seen level two. You should not ignore it. You have seen it, and you know that whatever is going to happen from here at this consolidation, if they buy, the target or where they are going to go is they will come and rest where they initially finished their level two, pull back a little bit, and then push for level three. So you can see these are all three scenarios, but they all look the same. The difference is this one has a tight consolidation playing around the high of level one. This one showed you level two and then played around the level two, then came back to level one, then pushed back to level two high, closed there, pulled back, and then went into level three. This one, on the other hand, shows you level one consolidation and shows you level two move, then shows you the push back into level one consolidation, and then last, maybe it consolidates a day or two or whatever, and then it pushes back into level two, and then from there it pushes into level three. So these are all three different scenarios, but they all show the same thing. All you're looking at is where is the reaction happening? Where is the consolidation happening? Is it on level one? Is it on level two? So if you look at it in this case, you did have your push for level two because you had not seen this in the future. I don't know if I can show you if we can find an example for that. Right. Don't know if we can find an example for that. Let me see if this can make sense. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, maybe this might be something. Maybe it might be something. That's your peak formation there. And you can see how they pulled back here for a third leg or second leg, whichever you want to call it. And they pulled back into there. But whatever happened next is within level one. Do you see that? Because all this that you're seeing here is all part of level one. That is where you say level one consolidation. Why? Because they are playing around level one. They're not going away from the high of level one. They're playing around it. So you can then say, oh yeah, all this is part of level one, up until you see them shoot into level two. Now that should signify to you that, oh yeah, maybe price is pushed into level two. All right. Because that's what you are seeing. You are not seeing anything else at that particular time. This is all that you are seeing. At least now you know that we have gone away from the high and we have closed above that high. So you can tell that this becomes your level two. So whatever happens after that should be something to do with level two. You can tell how they pulled back into the consolidation of level one, went back into level two to show you that all this that they are doing now is part of level two, and up until you push back into your level three, which is the peak. So these are the set of differences that you look at and say, if we are playing around the high of level one, then definitely we are in level one consolidation. But if we see a significant push away from level one high, then that means we are no longer in level one. We are now in level two until we break the level two high and then go to level three, etc. And you can tell how we even crossed 200, 800 there to signify that we had arrived into the peak formation. I think this is a question that was asked by someone else. I think that was on volatilities, if I'm not mistaken, and that was step index. And I did try to explain the same thing as well. I think I'll teach this a bit more some other day because it kind of confuses some of you, but it's important to know it. Because that step index ended up buying all the way up. Like I said, it was going to continue buying to show us that that it was third push, if I'm not mistaken. So that's how you should have marked your levels here, because you have seen the second level. All right. Someone is saying, Coach, I wanted to ask, isn't the confirmation of level one a break and close of the high of the previous level three? One, sorry, do you mean,
Yeah, can I say it, coach?
do you
Why's my
do you
mic not working?
mean a close above the high as in the neckline, or
Yeah,
or
yeah,
what
it's on the
exactly?
neck. Can you hear me? Coach, can you hear me?
I don't know if he's still there. Oh, all right, all right. So that is 100% correct. That is 100% correct. If you look at this one, unfortunately, it did close almost there. If you want to look at the wicks, it's themselves, you can tell how the wicks closed above the neckline. But if you want to look at um the candles, the candles did not really close above the neckline. I can hear you, but coach can't hear you. So your question is a chat. My audio is not. Oh, okay, okay, all right. No, that makes sense. All right. So if you say we did close above only because of the neckline, but not because of the candles. So yes, I would say yes, do the ones where we want to close above with the candles, because that's what you would want to trade. But if it was me, I would still take this one because I've seen the market go beyond the what? The neckline. But I always teach that, yes, you definitely need to see the candle close above the neckline for you to say, yeah, we have seen the level one push. But this one, I was going to take it after seeing the, what do you call this, the week. I was going to take it after seeing the week because I can see that the high for that is below the high for when we marked on this particular day. But you are right. If it was you, I would say take only if you see the candle close above. But in saying that, because I have seen this massive push to the upside, I can still qualify it as my level one. I will not neglect it. I'll qualify it as my level one because the reason why I would qualify it as my level one is only after maybe when I was marking all these other levels and I've arrived, say, into level three. Remember, we're trying to see whether the market is going to sell from here, right? Because we had not seen this before. So we're trying to see whether the market was going to sell from here. So I was going to mark it this way and say, yeah, I've seen one, I've seen two, I've seen three. Someone, listen to this. Someone might come and say, um, what if I say level one and then say, what if I say level two and say, um, I want to see level three. Now, they are wrong. They are not wrong. They are not wrong in the sense that if they want to trade the pullback, they will still get the same trade as me, who has marked three levels, but they will be wrong in the sense that if they're waiting for the buy, maybe the buy might not come. Unless if the dealer forms a reset and then decides to buy, that is when they are going to get that buy. So you can tell how no matter how you want to mark your levels, still we get the same trade idea. Like if we go to the higher time frames right now, and we're still gonna go to the W1. Someone asked for that. And if we go to the W1 time frame and say, what is this trade doing? If this trade is a buy, right? And we're expecting a reset there, it simply means someone who marked level one here up to there and level two here and is expecting level three here, we still get the buy at the 200. All right. We'll still get the buy at the 200. And that buy will show him three levels. Yet, for me, who has already said, okay, I have seen that there and I have said this is my level one, I will still get the sell. And if I go to the higher time frames and I'm expecting to see a buy, I will still get that buy. So both of us will be targeting the high or will be targeting the sell, but we still get the same trade idea. That's what I'm trying to bring across. So you still get the same trade idea. So yes, I was going to take it myself because I've seen the wick go beyond that high. But for you, I would advise you, yep, still use the candle close because the candle close is the safest way for you to tell or to know that, yep, the market has actually changed the direction, which is why I had said your setup was going to be at this point for a buy. Your setup was going to be at this point. So that takes us back to the same question that someone asked and said, can I not make this a level one consolidation? So if you want to take it the same way that someone had asked when they said, can't I wait for this to close above the neckline, like see actual candles close above the neckline, then definitely this was going to be your level one consolidation. You still see the same trade idea is what I would expect myself saying I'm in level two. I don't know if that makes sense. Can you please put a trend line from the last peak before we got to level one confirmation? Please be patient a bit as I am typing. You want me to put the trend line? Is it here and here? Is that it? Is that it? Mm, if yeah, we'll go there. we'll go on H4, we'll go on W1. I'm just using this. I'm just using this as a I'm just using this on H1 just to show you purely on H1 what you would have expected. All right. But yes, we will get to H4 and H1. Let me try and delete all this and just leave the trend. Someone asked me to put a trend line here. So I'm kind of waiting for them to explain what they want us to do with the trend line.
Um, can the
All
people
right,
that
I'll
hear
be
me?
reading what
Coach,
the other
I'm not
person
talking
is
about this type of
saying.
trend line.
Please
I'm
check
talking
this
about the
demonstrator
horizontal
before
trend
you go.
line.
So, coach, please check
Hi, coach.
market
Hi, coach.
about the trend
Can you hear me? Hello? It seems coach's audio is not working because he can't hear me as well.
And I can also hear you. Okay.
All right, so this person
Yeah,
is
so it's
also explaining the same thing that I've just explained. I think we are on level 2 consolidation. Now we push level 3, then get to take out last week's high on the weekly chart. Then from our side for sale, that's what I see. Same as the I think this is similar to what you said on step last week. Oh, okay. All right. All right. So understand this, guys. No one is wrong until the market moves. I always say this, right? No one is wrong until the market moves. Yes, mark this as level 1, mark that as level 2, expect level 3. But all I'm saying is if there's an if here, if we break this low for some reason and close candles below this low, then we have no business buying this pair. All right. Someone is saying there's something wrong with my audio. We can hear you, but you can't hear us. Are you using earphones? Did someone say something?
I didn't
Oh,
hear
what did
anyone
you
saying
say? What
anything.
did you say? Sorry. Yes, I'm using my headphones. I just realized that my headphones were not on. Sorry.
Yeah, coach, we've
What did
been
you
trying
say?
to say something. No, you see the thing I typed there, maybe it doesn't make sense, but can you hear me, coach, though? Coach, still can't hear me. Hello?
But we can hear you.
I can hear you, bro, but I can't hear him. Yeah,
All
sorry, he
right.
can't hear us.
Let's continue. I'm sure they will come back. But yep, like I said, guys,
Hi, coach.
if we for
Hi,
some
Bongen.
reason we form a buy
Yeah,
setup
Bongen.
here, all right? If we form a buy setup, even whether it's the 15 minutes time frame or whatever, and continue to and start to buy from here, right? Or I would say for those who are suspecting we could be in the second level, then this is probably a buy opportunity for you to take from. All right. This is probably a buy opportunity for you to take on right from here to take the buy and go up. Can you hear me now? And I think my earphones are on now. Can you hear me? Oh, that's a bit strange. Hold on a second. Maybe there's a bit more than what I think it is. No, but that is selected. Sound. Night mode, voice isolation. Guys, what do you mean you can't hear me when I can hear you? All right, I'm the one who can't hear you, sorry. Unless if there's something wrong with my Zoom. All right, sorry about that, guys. Yep, so like I was saying, sorry for wasting your time. Says you should come back to Zoom, maybe you can hear us then. All right. I think we need to test this every time we have a meeting because it doesn't have a problem all the time. So I don't know what this audio interface is doing today. Someone is saying it's dragging a bit. That is not good. That's what I do not want. All right.
Yeah, I can hear you better though, Master, without any drag.
All right. So what I'm saying is, if this be our second level, like I said, no one is wrong. All right. You're 100% right, and I know where you are coming from, and I agree with you. Okay. Now, if you mark these levels, maybe from let's say the 15 minutes time frame, you can see the three pushes here, and this being the reset area, and most probably three more pushes to the upside. So all I'm saying is, if this indeed is level 2, right? We need to take the buy in this area now. All right. Like today, the market has to form a setup here, and then we start to buy. If this indeed is a what? Is a is the second level. But if it is the third level, the market has to break, come back for a sell and sell, or break, come back up there for a sell. All right. So all we need to do now, I do understand where you guys are coming from with the break on the neckline. All right. I do understand where you're coming from. Like I said, no one is wrong. Let's just let the market play out. But I do understand you, and all we want to see now is what the market will do here. Okay? That's what we want to see. So because we have spent so much time on this pair, it has now become one of the pairs that I would want to focus on just to have a look and see what exactly is going to happen. Because now I'm interested in seeing what will happen here. But yeah, let's see what this market will do here. If it forms a buy setup, nice W down here on the 200, even if it wicks lower than that but still closes above, that's still good. We take the buy. But if it closes candles below, or maybe one or two candles below, then a buy is no longer possible. That means this would be our peak, and we'll have to see the market sell. So let's just wait and see what's going to happen, and I'm pretty sure it will be today. Now, someone had requested that we go to the 4-hour time frame, and from the 4-hour time frame, I would love to zoom more. So this is how it looks like from the 4-hour time frame. We've been buying this pair for a long time, like a long time. You can see where we are coming from. We've been buying this pair for a very long time until we came to this point where we're now showing significant sales. All right. So now we want to see whether the market is going to sell from here. Now, there's something that I want to show you. When we talk about 4-hour levels, not only I've said this statement before that sometimes 1 hour levels might signify 4 hour levels. What do I mean by that? I mean the pushes on H1 might be so big or strong in such a way that those pushes are equivalent to H1 to H4 levels. Someone has asked this question before, and I've said, you are not wrong if you come here and say level 1, H4, level 2, H4, and then say I'm expecting level 3, H4. You are not wrong if you do something like that. Because sometimes sometimes H1 levels are so big in such a way that they appear as H4 levels, all right? But that's not the focus here. So now we're here and already I'm seeing how the H4 is like, and I'm being inclined into thinking this could be a buy because of this on the H4. Right there, we're dealing with H1, but H4 is already showing a slightly different thing altogether. So that on its own right there shows me that could be a buy here. So we might be expecting to see the market push up on this one, targeting the highs, whether this high or that high, because they are very close anyways. So this really does show that it's a buy on H4. I will support the buy now for that purpose. So that means if we see a W on H1, that would be a good one to buy, right? Let's see what the D1 says. You'll see how significant all this is. Now, look at D1. D1 shows you a different story altogether, all right? D1 shows you CRT model of a high, a low. We are analyzing, but this we are doing it in what do you call this? We are not doing a top-down analysis. We're doing a down-top analysis, all right? Remember, we're dealing with H1. We went to H4, and H4 favors a buy. But look at D1. Now, for me, D1, because of this, and we have taken the high right there, right? Just by looking at D1 without looking at other timeframes that we have seen or those we haven't seen, that shows me this needs to go down up to there, right? Just by looking at D1, that shows me this has to go down. So now it comes back to the same issue that I said on H1, that we need to see what the market will do on that low that we saw on H1. We want to see what the market will do. Are we going to break that low? When I'm saying low, I'm referring to this low, guys. I'm referring to this low right here. Are we going to break this low? Are we going to maintain the low, form a W and buy? That's what we want to see. So these are the things that make me want to be careful when I'm trading. I want to see that happen. So I'm concerned. I want to see what the price will do when it gets here. In as much as 4 hour does show me that, yeah, we can lift off from here and start buying, that is fine. But if they do start buying here without showing me any W, like I can't see anything that looks like a W here. So if they do just go up and buy, that would be hard for me to take this trade. Now look, they're already jumping here with a gap. Like, what is this? So they're already opening a new candle with a gap there. But anyways, if I see them push for a buy and go maybe, let's say, all the way up, is there news or something? I will wait for them to pull back. That is on the 15 minutes if they close here, above here. So I will wait for them to do that. That in that. But if they don't and go back down and break the low, then I will look for sales. So I want to see what the market is going to do there. All right. All right. Yep. We'll get there. So W1, because someone asked for W1. So this is our W1. And this is how our W1 is like. And for me, our W1 is only showing me that this is just a buy. So we're bullish on W1. We're bullish as far as I can see, even though these two candles, I do not like how they opened up, those two, but we are bullish from W1. That's all I can see, that we're bullish. I'm not seeing anything else, but just that we're bullish. All right. Nothing else on month one. It's only a railroad track, and that's it as far as we can see. So still, for me, it's not conclusive, and I would love to see what we do on that low there, if we're gonna get to that low. So you can see that if you had just blindly entered on 4 hour, that wasn't gonna be a good decision, because this candle is just starting and we don't know how it's going to end up. I don't even know why it's pushing that aggressive. What is GPP? GPP is not even doing much. NZD maybe not doing much too. So I don't know why that candle is aggressively pushing like that. But yes, guys, let's see what will happen on the low right there. Okay. Someone asked for a TDI. You want to see a TDI for which time frame in particular? So that's my TDI there. My first leg, second leg in the boundary, and the push down. That is what I was looking at. This is where the initial peak formation was. You can see how similar this is. Your first leg, your second leg right there. First leg, second leg, first leg, second leg. They are all similar in their making. H4, right. Let's go to H4. That is your H4 TDI. Yeah, if you want, please go ahead. Please go ahead. I'm sorry, it's gonna be hard without audio. It's gonna be very hard. I can see your markings, but I can't tell what you're doing. That's the problem. What really happened? Yeah, I'm very sorry. I'm not sure what you were marking there.
Can you hear me now, coach? If we can go to H1. Coach, maybe.
Um, and I don't want to waste your time, guys. It's already morning for me here. Time to have some tea, but let's have it. Let's be on the lookout for this pair. Let's see what it's going to do. Like I said, for me, my interest is on this low. I want to see whether are we gonna break this low and close below it, or are we gonna maintain the low and push higher? All right, that's all I am after, or that's all I'm looking into. If for some reason the market comes all the way lower into there, then that means for me they will break, come back up. I will take a sell and target that low. If the buy then comes after this, I don't mind. I would have taken my sell trade. So that is what I'm looking at right now. Overall, we have seen on the W1 that the buy is coming, and it is indeed a buy, but I'm concerned about the trade that we want to take now. That's the trade I'm looking at, the one we want to trade now. Is it going to be a buy trade? Is it going to be a sell trade? That is what I want to see right now. So let's be on the lookout and see what happens about this low right here, whether we're going to break it or whether we're going to respect it. That's where our answers are going to come from. All right. Sorry guys, let me not waste your time. Let me not waste your time. I would say let's take a break from here and let's be on the watch out and see what this does. If it buys from where it is right now and just shoots up, well, that means we wouldn't have a trade set up. That'll be a straight buy from there, and that is still fine because from the 4 hour we have seen that this buy is possible on the 4 hour. But like I said, for those who want to take it now, you can, but be mindful of the law. See first what the market wants to do on that law. That'll be very, very important, guys. All right. So there are so many things it can do. It can buy here straight 4 hour. It can sell and then buy. It can do either of those. So be on the lookout and see what exactly the market is going to show. And another thing, you can look at GPP and NZD as well to see what's the likelihood of the buy happening straight away or the sell first before the buy. All right. Thank you so much, guys. I will